These majestic animals are known for their enormous size and impressive antlers. They can weigh up to 1,000 pounds, and their antlers can be over 6 feet wide. But there's much more to these creatures than meets the eye. In this video, we'll explore everything you need to know about alpacas, from their unique adaptations to their important role in the ecosystem. So sit back and get ready to learn all about the amazing elk. Fact: elk are not actually deer. Despite their name, elk are not actually deer. They belong to the same family as moose and are more closely related to whales and hippos than they are to deer. Although they look similar, their evolutionary paths diverged millions of years ago. Number 2. Elk are the second largest deer species in the world. Only the moose is larger. Moose are typically found in boreal forests of the northern hemisphere, and although they are closely related, they have different physical characteristics and behaviors. Number 3. Elk have been hunted for thousands of years. Humans have hunted elk for their meat and hides for thousands of years. In the past, elk were hunted with bows and arrows, but today they are most commonly hunted with rifles. Elk are still an important source of food for many people around the world, and their population is carefully managed to ensure that there are enough animals to go around. 4. Elk are preyed upon by wolves and bears. Elk are large animals, but they are still preyed upon by wolves and bears. Wolves will often target elk calves, while bears will prey on adult elk. This is important to remember when trying to understand the behavior of these animals, as they are constantly on the lookout for danger. Number 5. Elk are social animals. Elk are social animals who live in groups called herds. Herds can vary in size, but typically consist of a few dozen animals. Elk are most active during the early morning and late evening hours, and they spend their days resting in groups. Number 6. Elk have adapted to their environment in interesting ways. Elk have evolved to live in a variety of environments, from forests to grasslands. They have adapted to their environment in interesting ways, such as by growing thicker coats in colder climates. Elk also have the ability to change the color of their fur, which helps them to camouflage themselves in different environments. Number 7. Elk are important for the ecosystem. Elk are considered a keystone species, which means that they play an important role in the ecosystem. Their grazing habits help to control the growth of plants and shrubs, and their hooves help to aerate the soil. Elk also provide food for predators such as wolves and bears, and their carcasses provide food for scavengers. Number 8. Elk are threatened by habitat loss and poaching. Unfortunately, elk are threatened by a number of factors, including habitat loss and poaching. As their numbers have declined, conservation efforts have been put in place to protect them and their habitat. These efforts have been successful in some areas, but elk are still vulnerable in others. Number 9. There are 2 subspecies of elk, the Roosevelt elk and the Rocky Mountain elk. The Roosevelt elk is found in the Pacific Northwest, while the Rocky Mountain elk is found in the Rocky Mountains. The 2 subspecies are similar in appearance, but the Roosevelt elk is slightly larger. Number 10. Elk are known for their bugling call. Elk are known for their bugling call, which can be heard during the mating season. The bugle is produced by both male and female elk, but the males have larger vocal cords and produce a louder sound. The bugle is used to attract mates and establish dominance within the herd. Number 11. Elk are polygamous. During the mating season, male elk will compete for the right to mate with the females in the herd. The dominant male will have access to all of the females in the herd and will typically father the most calves. Number 12. Female elk are known as cows, and males are known as bulls. When referring to elk, female elk are known as cows, and males are known as bulls. Calves are the young of either sex. Number 13. Elk can live up to 20 years in the wild. In the wild, elk typically live between 5 and 10 years, but some individuals can live up to 20 years. In captivity, elk can live even longer, with some individuals reaching the age of 30 or 40. Number 14. Elk are herbivores. Elk are herbivores and their diet consists mainly of grasses, leaves, and twigs. They typically eat between 8 and 12 pounds of food per day. Number 15. Elk are generally solitary except during mating season. Elk are generally solitary animals, but they will come together during the mating season. During this time, the males will compete for the right to mate with the females. We hope you enjoyed learning about the amazing elk. If you did, please leave us a like and subscribe for more nature videos. Thank you for watching.